There's a brand new movie on Netflix directed by Steven Soderbergh. Life is good. What is up, Netflix fans, and welcome back to my channel. As I do every Friday, I am talking about the brand new series or movie on Netflix. Today's movie is High Flying Bird. This is a film, like I said, directed by Steven Soderbergh, the man who brought us movies like Unsane and Logan Lucky. He is back again with an iPhone-filmed movie, so we are going to talk about that today. Be sure to get in the comments section below. What did you think about this film? Did it underwhelm, overwhelm? Were you happy with it? This is your space to talk about High Flying Bird. Let's get into the review.
It's a film about a cardinal who learns how to fly.
That's a lie. So a sports agent pitches a rookie basketball client on an intriguing and controversial business opportunity during a lockout. Intriguing is definitely what this movie is. Controversial, not so much. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this film if you love basketball as a sport, if you have a passion for it. I think you're going to enjoy how they explore the ins and outs of what happens behind the scenes, because that's really what this movie is. This film is not showcasing action on the basketball court. It is not a basketball movie per se, how some people are going to imagine it. It's more dialogue and a lot of talking. Some people may not like that. Others, I think, are going to get a lot out of it. And that's really what it comes down to for me. If you don't enjoy this movie, if you think it's a bit too boring, the pacing's too slow, I understand that. There are going to be people that feel that way, and that is absolutely justified. For me, I anticipated this style of film going in, directed by Steven Soderbergh. His movies all have a similar feel to them, even though they're each different in their own right. But he consistently works with incredible talent. The dialogue is always so crisp, and you get into the conversations from the get-go, and that's kind of how I was. I wanted to see a bit more of how this industry works, and we got that. We got a peek into basketball players' lives, but you really come at it from the perspective of the agent, what is going down in the background of the story, and that's what I was curious about. And really, I think the reason why this film works so well, other than the director at the helm, is the acting. The actors and the actresses in this film are absolutely incredible, and we start with our lead. His name is Andre Holland. He plays Ray. Ray's a great character. You slowly learn more about him as the movie progresses. Even in the last 10-15 minutes, you're still learning more about this character, and he goes through this story and really starts to not change, but you start to see this growth in him and this idea kind of come to fruition, what is fleshing out behind the scenes, and I really appreciated that. Also, Zazie Beetz, we have seen her before in a movie like Deadpool 2, in a TV show like Atlanta. She is great. Once again, her chemistry with the character of Ray, Sam and Ray, I think they work very good together. Every time they were on screen, I was invested in the dialogue. I cared about what was happening. And what is happening, this entire story kind of revolves around this one character, and his name is Eric, played by Melvin Gregg, who is of former Vine fame, and as a former Viner, I have to support him. Living in the past, I know, but I really enjoyed what he's done from an entertainment standpoint on Vine and YouTube and on social media. To see him flesh himself out as an actor in this respect with this director, he did a wonderful job in this film. I am shocked. Had no clue he was this good of an actor, but he did a great job. If his performance fell flat, this movie falls flat, and I do not believe it did, and that's partially because how good he carried that character. But really, everyone in here is either good or strong. There's not a weak actor or performance in the bunch, and because of that, I think High Flying Bird really thrives on the fact that the talent is just so good. Once again, dialogue heavy, story driven, not something that we're necessarily used to on Netflix. Netflix is consistently giving us original content, but it's usually like this low-budget sci-fi or this high school rom-com. They rarely go in this territory. I think they should, and I like the fact that they're expanding. But if you're not on board for a story like this within the first few scenes, then I don't know if this is a story that's going to lock you in necessarily, and I say that because I don't want people to waste their time. I want people who want to enjoy a movie like this to watch it and enjoy it, and I do recommend this to people in that regard, and basketball lovers. If you love the sport, if you love the game, I played basketball in high school, love college basketball. I'm a big fan of the NBA, even though I've not been keeping up with it as much recently. If you love basketball, I wouldn't say entertained, because it's not that kind of movie. It's not trying to make you go, oh, look at those moves on the basketball court, look at this 5-on-5 game. No, it's a lot of dialogue, a lot of story, a lot of plot. I would use the word intrigued with this story and what was going on. They use actual clips of basketball players such as Karl Anthony Towns, and they're sitting there kind of moving the story forward, and the way they edited that together I thought was really good. That interlaced with the story and where it goes, and the eventual, not twists, but kind of turns that the story takes that you anticipate from this director. I say no more. That will make you kind of sit back and go, this is very realistic. It felt like a documentary at times. And now we move into the film style before I end this review, and I want to talk about the fact that this was, as Unsane was, filmed with an iPhone. It's a style that you may have to adjust to because it is clearly not this camera that cost thousands of dollars, but I don't think it needed to be. Burke really is starting to hone in on this craft of using his resources available at hand. And that's what the iPhone is, available right in your hand. I watched Unsane. I'm like, if he's doing this with the iPhone, then what am I doing with my life? Of course, he has a lot of money and the help of a lot of editors, don't get me wrong, but it really is something that is trying to motivate young filmmakers out there. You have an iPhone, you can do this, and he has gotten even better. With this film, I think this film looks a bit better than Unsane. I think the film style, he's kind of focused in on what he wants to do. I like the cinematography, I like the shot selection, and the color correction, something I noticed specifically, was better, and it's really good all the way throughout. I never had a problem technically with this movie, and that's one thing I was kind of worried about, like I was with Unsane. Both of those films work from a filmmaking point of view, and with an iPhone, I think that's pretty special. So overall, guys, yeah, I personally really enjoyed this movie. Where each character goes and the relationships, I was very invested in. Some may not be as invested, therefore I don't think you'll like the movie as much. You may find it boring, the pacing a bit slow for me. I had a really good time with it, and I'm going to give this an 84%. A Steven Soderbergh movie on Netflix, are you kidding me? And it turned out to be one of his best that he's done in quite some time. Thank you so much for watching this video. Did you enjoy this movie? Did you not? Leave it down in the comments section below. Disagree or agree, it doesn't matter. We all love movies, and we all love Netflix, most of the time. Later on today, What Men Want, that review will be coming first, and then The Prodigy tonight, tomorrow morning, the Flick Fan Award nominations. I have been working on that video for 3 days now. 3 days! That's a SpongeBob reference, and I will continue to work on it until it releases on Saturday. Thank you so much for watching this video, as always, and I'll catch you later on today.